I want to introduce to you our amazing servant leader, Sarah Rhinelander. She's a 3-star crown with Purium, and I've watched her and observed her help so many people, so many of these faces on this team rise to be just the best version of themselves that's possible. I know she's totally helped me do that and really see the best version of myself. So we're so lucky to have her as our leader. So happy to have you all here today. Sarah, thank you so much.
Aw, thank you, Kristen. And good morning, everybody. What's up? Oh my gosh, we have like 75 people on the Zoom. Oh, I'm seeing so many beautiful smiles and just this incredible beaming energy coming through. And I just want to thank you all, first of all, for being here. I know that we have a lot of new people. If you're brand new to Purium and this is your first mastermind, go ahead and just type a 1 in the comments. So you can do that. Like there's a little chat thing on the bottom. So yeah, just type a 1 because I know that we've just had this incredible welcome, everybody. Oh my gosh, all the new faces. This is so beautiful. There's just been this incredible wave of fresh energy and really this new magnetic frequency that's happening within Purium. And there's a lot of reasons for that, and we're not going to go too deep into all that right now. But I just wanted to, just again, appreciate all of you for showing up here on a Monday morning and treating your business like a business. This is something that we really stress and we work together to do. One of the things that we're doing here within Purium is we are all stepping into becoming entrepreneurs. Now, some of you guys may already be entrepreneurs. You might already have your own business happening. But one of the things that's really important to set up for yourselves right now at the very beginning of your journey is this idea of moving from an employee mindset to an entrepreneur mindset. And what that means basically is that you do not have a boss. I'm not your boss. Your Up Team Diamond is not your boss. Nobody's going to tell you what to do. We're not going to, if you don't show up every day, we're not going to get mad or fire you. This is your business. So really taking the time right now at the very beginning of your journey to ground that energy in and to say, okay, however much, if I approach this is not a get rich quick scheme. This is not like I paid my $99 and I got my launch pack and the money's just going to start rolling in hallelujah, right? This is a business model. This is a business model that allows us to take a very, very, very small investment and to create a potentially unlimited stream of income through that by helping people, by helping our community, by supporting a transformation in people's bodies and on our earth and beyond, right? So I really want to encourage you guys to put that on, to take that energy and to say, okay, this is my business. If I treat this like a hobby, if I come on the Zooms or I tell 1 or 2 people about it in my life, it's going to pay me like a hobby. If I can treat it like a business, as if I did have an 8-hour-a-day job, as if there was a boss or as if there was some energy, we have to step into that space and say, okay, I want to make this happen. I want to make this amount of money. How many hours am I willing to put into this for freedom in the future? So again, thank you guys all for being here, for treating your business like a business, for showing up. Some of you, this is your first or second day as a member of this community, which is beautiful. And we have almost 100 people on the Zoom, which is just, it is recording, you guys. So this will be posted later. And as Tala was saying at the very beginning here before we got started, we are all just coming off of this incredible, incredible event that I and some of the other leaders just hosted here in Kauai. So if you were there, drop a 2 in the comments so we can see. We had 150 people and it was just incredible. And one of the things that is so beautiful about these events is that, as Tala was saying, we get to be together and we get to really feel and drop into the frequency of what we're doing here. And there was something that, Leora on the video, there was something that kept on coming up that Dave Sandoval kept on sharing and that we all really were we're really tuning into and expressing is the fact that this is not necessarily, I mean, it's a company, but this is a movement. The foundational piece of what we're doing is we are creating a movement. We're not here necessarily, we're here to have to be rewarded, to make an impact and an income, a great income. But what we're doing foundationally is service work. We are here to make a difference in our own lives and other people's lives. So just hearing Dave share that, if you guys want to ever catch any of the replays from the weekend, they're all posted, but to really get into that frequency. And as Tala was saying, there is going to be on Earth Day. So if you guys don't already have tickets for this, on Earth Day weekend, Dave Sandoval, the owner of the company, is going to have an event at his retreat center, which is outside of LA. We're going to be sleeping in teepees, we're going to be doing sweat lodge, and we're going to be praying, and we're going to be learning, and all the children are going to be there. And it's a really family-oriented environment, but it's also a place to build our community. It's to build this movement. It's to bring our energy together and unite so that we're stronger together and we can bring this out there into the world in a powerful way. So with all that being said, all the welcomes, a little bit of the drop in around who we are and what we're here to do. I just kind of want to give you guys a couple nuts and bolts getting started elements, because I know that you're all here. Well, first of all, let me just ask you guys, how many of you are here? If you're here to build residual income in your life, an income stream that gives you location and time freedom, that isn't dependent on the hours that you're working, that can increase exponentially, go ahead and drop a 3 in the comments. Okay. Woohoo! All right. So I'm seeing them rolling in. Awesome. So if you're here because you want another job, type of 4. Oh, okay. I see just a couple for it. So what I'm asking you guys is if you residual income is being able to make money while you sleep. It is separating yourself from the dollar per hour income paradigm. So it's not like you're not going to work and getting paid for the hours that you show up. You are actually you're investing your time into another income stream that is not necessarily a job. It is a new paradigm. It's a new way to make money. So yeah, Robert Kiyosaki. So we are the difference, and oops, mute everybody here. So the distinction between those things, and I know that maybe that was a little bit of a trick question. It's like yeah, I'm up here to do my job. So we're not we're kind of moving out of this paradigm of it's a job, and we're moving into this paradigm of it's a residual income stream, which means that we can separate out from having, eventually we can even step away from this and continue to get paid without working. So in order to create a residual income stream, we have to use the system. So there's 2 things that we do here. We find customers and we find team members. And then we help our team members or our brand partners to find customers and brand partners. So the system of duplication essentially means that I learn something, I put it into practice, I model it for people, and then I teach them how to do it. And then I teach them how to teach more people to do it. So it's this very beautiful, like fractal energy almost, or it's like we can just light up so many people and teach them how to be self-sufficient and teach them how to invest their time and energy to create something larger, right? So, so in order to do this, we have to use the system that we have. And we have a very beautiful system. I know a lot of you guys probably have already, like for myself, I came into this, I had my own business. I had started multiple businesses. I was like, I'm going to come in and do it my way. I know how to do everything, right? Like I'm a massage therapist. I created a videography business, like here I am. I'm going to do my thing. And what I, again, really want to invite and encourage all of you guys to do is to drop all of really drop all of that idea that you know already what to do and how to do it, and really expand yourself and be willing to be coachable, to be willing to take the advice. Again, we're not your boss, but we are, there's a lot of amazing leaders on this team who have already been able to figure out how to make this work. And it is very different from having your own solopreneur business or being an employee. So that being said, duplication and using the system is the only thing that is going to help you create residual income. Otherwise, you're just going to be selling cleanses and selling superfoods, slinging superfoods forever. And that's not what we're here to do. We are here to leverage this beautiful system and to create something more powerful for ourselves and our community. So what I want you guys to all kind of just take a moment and picture right now. Has anybody heard, all the new people? Well, I'm going to give you guys kind of like this breakdown really quickly. We have a compensation plan. A compensation plan is basically, if I'm standing here I am, I just started Purium, and I'm like, I want to be able to travel to South America with my family, to see my husband's family, and not have to, stop working and stop making money. And like, I want to be able to continue to make money while I'm down there, right? So that's my goal. You guys are all going to have a vision, a why. It's really important to start to solidify that. Why are you here? What is it that brought you here? Your why is going to give you fuel, because this is the thing. Like I said, it's not a get rich quick scheme. And just like life, just like anything in life, you're going to have really high moments, and you're going to have moments where you're faced with your like deepest truth and you're like, oh, I have to, it's going to be just like any element of life. It's kind of like a microcosm of life. You're going to have ups and downs. So get prepared, prepare yourself. This is going to be a ride, right? Just like any kind of relationship, just like having kids, just like having any other kind of financial stream of income coming in. There's going to be these ups and downs. The things that are going to support you to continue to stay consistent and to continue to stay with this so that you can reach your goal, so that you can achieve what it is that you're here to do, are going to be your why. Really, really digging into that why, so that when you read it out loud to somebody, you start to get emotional and cry. You want to have it be that powerful. And the other piece is the community. So coming onto these masterminds every morning or afternoon if you're on the East Coast, but really committing to being here consistently and being in the community, that is going to support you, because we are all accountability partners here. We all see each other in the highest. We all are wanting to lift each other up and support success. So really being able to commit to being here, that is going to support you to move through whatever challenges and difficulties arise that maybe, and I mean, just to be totally transparent here, and the other leaders and other people can comment on this in the chat if you want to, but I mean, there's days even still where I'm like, oh, I want to throw my phone away. Why am I doing this? And it's just human nature, right? When we are faced with an obstacle, sometimes we just want to just give up. But we have to be bigger than our obstacles. And we get that bigness. We get to grow in our stature and in relationship to our challenges by knowing why we're here, being fully committed to achieving that which we desire, and really leaning into our brothers and sisters in this community and staying in that frequency consistently. Because as soon as you start to if you start to get frustrated and move out onto an island and stop plugging in, you're not going to be getting that feeling. You're going to stop getting fed, and then it's going to be really easy to step away. And I know that you all said yes for a big reason. Everyone here has got huge dreams, right? We can't end human suffering alone. We need you guys. We all need to be here together. So, okay. So the first thing that I really want to give you guys, to orient you to, is that we have a very, very a brand new tool actually. And if someone wants to grab the link, I posted it in Bliss Ohana, but we have a brand new tool that is an online app. It's going to be turned into a into a website very soon. But for now, this tool, it's an app and it's called the Fast Start Training Guide. And if someone can just pop the link into the comments here, that is going to be a place for you guys all to go. There's a short welcome video with some of the leaders speaking. It's very short. There is a business planning worksheet that's going to support you guys all to kind of start to identify your why and get clear on some of the steps that you're going to take in order to achieve it. It's going to go through the different ranks. And then you're also going to subscribe to a text messaging service. If someone can type into here the number, you're going to type team news to the number that's in the comments. If someone, yeah, okay, so 55678, you're going to type one word team news, and that is going to get you onto a texting service. So you'll get notifications about some of the larger corporate calls and stuff that are happening. And then you're also going to, there's a couple other videos and just some different very simple supportive tools. There's also like a 30-minute getting started training on there. So everybody, whether you're brand new or you've been around a while, I want you guys all, as soon as this call is over, to go to that app and check it out. I don't know if we have a Canadian number in it. And so whenever you have someone that you just enrolled or shared with, send them that link and then ask them. The request is that you guys all print out the PDF of the business planning worksheet. Once you've watched everything, print that out and post it in the Bliss Ohana, and then reach out to your upline, whoever enrolled you, so that you can have a conversation. And that's kind of like step one, just so that we can get everybody moving in the same direction and like getting everyone kind of the basic information that we need, especially because we have such a massive influx of new energy. And so that's a beautiful tool that's just, and it's kind of a little bit rough right now, but we needed to, so it's team news. Is that right? Team news. Tala, is that right? Yeah, okay, team news, all one word. Team news, 55678. Okay. Beautiful. And our goal as a community is to get everyone to director as soon as possible. So you guys who are brand new, really looking over all that information, but director is that first station where you're going to get a $200 bonus, and then turning around as soon as you hit director and thinking about who you can support to hit your director in your team. Okay, so that's like the foundational piece. Let's get everyone to director and then help you guys all get your people to director. And that's going to be explained a little bit more on that app. So you're going to be able to kind of drop in and grab a hold of something really clean there. So how's everybody doing? Team news didn't work for you. Okay, we'll figure that out. Can someone type the correct texting thing? It's on the app. So if you go to the app, you're going to see the texting service there. Okay, so, and we do have lots and lots and lots of moms on our team. So I want to welcome especially all the parents who are holding it down with your little kids. I'm a mom of 3. I've been able to do this business from the time my baby was 5 months old. I took him to every single event, and I had my other 2 children. So for all of you who are parents who have other jobs or who have like a busy schedule, just know that this is possible for you. And every single person who's on this call right now absolutely can achieve everything that I have achieved and more, as long as you are committed, persistent, and consistent. Persistence will get you what you want. Consistency will help you keep it. And consistency is one of the foundational things. Like I said, if you start to feel like you're pulling back or like, oh my gosh, it's been a month and I haven't gotten like my big bonus yet or whatever it is, right? This is a long term, this is like a marathon. We're here for the long haul. And that consistency is absolutely key. So I'm going to go through a couple of steps for you guys right now. Has anybody on this?
Sarah?
Yeah, what's up?
For the people watching the recording, I just want to say that there are 2 different numbers for the text announcements. For Purium Partners, which is what we were just talking about, text Team News, all one word, lowercase, to 46786. And then if you would like to receive company-wide from Purium texts about the various calls that we have, you're going to use the number 55678. And there are different codes you can use for different lists. You can send transformation, the word transformation, the word athlete, the word Purium, the word Team Sandoval, the word Spanish, or the word MMM for Million Mom Movement, and all of those will get you on different texting services for those various different subjects.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tala, for that breakdown. Obviously, I didn't write that down in my notes as I was dropping my daughter off from school. So getting on those texting services is absolutely key. Also, all of you should be in a group called the Bliss Ohana. That is our team page. And that's where a lot of announcements and a lot of information is going to be coming through. So watching that page is also, 46786 is.
And one more thing. For Canadians, you're going to use the code for Purium partners, the code, for the corporate calls from Purium as a whole company. You're going to use 70734. So all of those transformation, Team Sandoval, all those things I said, you're going to use 70734 instead of 55678.
Right. Perfect. Okay. Great. So now I want to ask you guys a question. If you are brand new, has anybody on this Zoom not yet ordered products? If you have not yet ordered products, if you got your $99 pack and you didn't add products to that, just type a 1 so that I can see. Okay. I know there's a few. Okay, so the very, very first step that you guys want to do, because this is such a powerful transformation is really the word for what we do here. We physically transform, we emotionally transform, we transform on every level. And the foundation of that is the products. So if you have not yet ordered your products, I recommend personally to get one of the 40-day packs. The 40-day packs give you daily products and the transformation. There's a couple different different ones. The one that I like the best is the 40-day ultimate nutrition package. That will give you 40 days of product, and it breaks down to be about $8 a day, which is, much less than, that's less than one juice that I like from the juice company here in Kauai. So getting yourselves set up with products is step number 1. I'm going to go through a couple different steps here, and then we're going to open it up. So this is kind of like the meat of the call is like, okay, I just got here. Now, what do I actually do? So you're going to go to the texting to the app. You're going to make sure that you have your products, and then you are going to start to let people know what you are doing. The only way to actually help people and by the way, when we talk about income, the dollar sign is on the other side of the dollars equal the number of people that we help. The dollars equal the amount of impact that we're creating on the earth. The dollars equal the way that we're changing the future of this planet for all of our children and grandchildren. So I know some people are still working with their comfort level of this idea of I want to make a lot of money, right? There's all different ways that we can approach this. And one of the things that we do in this team is we do work we work on our own worthiness and on our own kind of paradigms and lenses around money as well, and to really work to see money as an ally. That financial abundance is very powerful, and there's absolutely nothing, it's just something to be able to embrace so that we can do amazing things with the money that we're making and kind of counterbalance some of the destruction that's happening. So the very first thing that we have to do is let people know what we're doing. Going public, there's multiple ways to do this. There's kind of these two pathways. One is reaching out to people, calling people, texting people, Facebook messaging people, and letting them know, hey, I have been, we're probably going to do another Zoom tomorrow on storytelling. and like how to actually tell your story. But basically you want to let people know what you're doing and invite them to do it with you. We have a group cleanse coming up. You can let people know, hey, I'm about to do this thing. Like I've been having a really hard time. For me, it was like I've been pregnant or nursing for 8 years. I'm super depleted. I'm finally finding the space and time to give back to myself. And I'm going to try this superfoods protocol. I would love to do it with you. Right? So something simple, and you guys can all reach out to your up team to help. They'll help you craft some of those reach outs. So that's one way, is we can actually personally let people know, like reach out to them and initiate the conversation. And the other way is through attracting people through social media. So I think everyone here has some kind of social media platform that they're using. Starting to tell your story on social media, making sure that you're taking your before and after pictures so that at some point, if you want to post them, you can. You know, there's a lot of people who are like, I'm never going to post them. I'm never going to share this. And then they're like, oh my gosh, I wish that I had. So setting yourself up in that way, make sure that you take your pictures. And then again, like kind of just like what I shared, a vulnerable piece, like a look into what's happening for you, what your challenge is, and why you want to change it. So not just going on there and be like, hey everybody, I just signed up for Purium. You want to be on my team? I have a $50 gift card for you. We're not branding Purium. Purium already is a brand. We are building our own brand, and we're sharing from the heart why we're here, what we desire to experience, and inviting other people who feel that similar way to join us. Okay, we are not spamming people. We are not hunting people. We are farmers. We are creating a long-term garden where we are planting seeds. We're exposing people to what we're doing. We're letting them in on our story and our experience as we're transforming, and we are attracting people through that. Okay. So, okay, Tala just posted all the texting service info in Bliss Ohana. So if you have questions about that, check the doc. Okay, so first step, we go public. We start to let people know this is absolutely vital. Okay, if we're not letting people know what we're doing, our business is not going to move, period. When you're going public, again, like that consistency, you want to think about the fact that you are planting seeds in a garden, and they're going to grow at different times. But if you stop planting, your garden will stop growing. Okay, when you have somebody who reaches out to you and they say, oh, I'm interested, they start to lean in, right? They're like, what are you doing? I'm interested in this. At that point, you want to give them a very, very little amount of information. And this is something that can really happen when we're all brand new and excited. We're like, oh my God, like someone's talking about Purium. It's so amazing, you guys. Like, this company's going to change the world. It's got spirulina and the shakes. It's all organic. The rice farmers, we're saving farms from Monsanto. And like, we have like a sex trade industry NGO that we're supporting to help people. Like, we have like all these farms in this 80-foot soil and riverbeds and this transformation, you're going to lose weight and you're going to feel amazing and blah, 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 right? It can be really tempting to like just start to like verbal vomit. Verbal vomititis is very easy to contract. It is not a disease that I want to see any of you guys get. So be aware, verbal vomititis, keep it very, very, very short. If your lips are moving or if you're typing, you are either sharing your story briefly or moving them to a tool. And the tools are a huge part of the system that create the duplication that will give you guys residual income. Okay, so the tools are sending them videos, adding them into our Facebook funnels. We have Core 3 is a prospecting page mostly for transformation stories. It's mostly a product story page. Shift to Wealth is a group that has more of the information for your people who you want to work with. Even if they're not saying, yeah, I want to do this business, if you can see that you would love to partner with them, you can add them into that group and tag them on a variety of things. It doesn't have as much depth of, okay, core 4. Okay, perfect. It doesn't have as much depth of product information, but it's got a lot more of the community feeling of who we are. So those are kind of the 3 main go-tos of like getting people basic information, is adding them into one of those groups and sending them at least one video. All of you guys can download, there's an app that Purium has. If you go to the App Store, there's a Purium app that has a lot of the video tools that we use to send to people. So you can check, that's a great resource to kind of like watch some of those videos and see which ones you feel are going to resonate most with your people. But you want to get into their hands right away a tool that is not your voice, so that they can turn around really easily and share that same thing if they have people interested. They don't have to think like so it's core 4 nutrition, and shift to wealth. Shift to wealth is for business. Core 4 is for product testimonials. And then ultimately, once they're kind of like, wow, this is really cool, I'd like more information, then you are going to take that opportunity to connect them with somebody besides yourself. So you're going to reach out to your Up Team Diamond and say, I have somebody interested in getting more info. When's a good time for us to connect? Then you're going to allow that person to really give the deeper information. And that's where, this is the most important thing, that's where you're going to get your training on how to talk about this. That's where you're going to get that embodiment of how we posture, how we hold this, how we share about what we're doing, so that you don't have to feel like you need to like learn about all the products and learn about the system and and like, spend 6 months like getting your PhD in Purium before you can talk to someone about it, right? We're all here to support you. Let us do the talking so that you can really get that next level of your own training and education. That's a piece of the oral history training that without that, it's impossible to make this work. So really just setting that expectation for yourself that you're going to be bringing people just to meet your friends who are supporting you. It's very relaxed. It's very, very casual, very loving. And you're not going to say, I'd like to get you on the phone with my upline so that they can, right? Just going to say, hey, I'd love to, introduce you to my friend. He's helped me, supported me so much throughout this process. And I know that you're going to love meeting him. He's awesome. When's a good time to connect, right? Keep it very light. Keep it very, very gentle. Okay. So you're going to move people through these tools. You're going to help them get on a call, or sometimes we have Zooms that are like prospecting Zooms where multiple people can come on at the same time, which we can set up for you if you need that. And then you're going to have that person, they're going to enroll at some point, get started, and then you're going to start to explain to them and share with them the system that I just walked you guys through. That was kind of like a whole mouthful. You can think of it as the game plan. It's an easy acronym to use. Go public, ask questions, and avoid verbal vomititis. Move them through the tools, and then enroll them and get them started right by doing the exact same thing that you have already experienced when you got started. So that is the little nitty-gritty kind of like download that I wanted to give you guys. I know I'm packing like a ton of information into this call because there's so many brand new people. And I want to just go ahead and open it up right now, see if there's any questions, hear from some of the other leaders, and create some space. If you're brand new and you have not yet been on or spoken on a Zoom, I would love to hear your voice. I'm going to answer Annette's question right here. Can you explain drip posting? So drip, don't drown is one of the mantras that I use often, always. Drip, don't drown, meaning give them little bits of information consistently over time is much more powerful than like if you just make like a 10-page post that's like, I just did my transformation and this is what happened. Day 1, blah, blah, blah. Day 2, blah, blah, blah. Day 3, right? And it's like no one, it's too long and it's just one. It's way more powerful for people to get exposed consistently to information, because most people need at least 7 exposures to something before they're ready to say yes. That's a instinctive piece of ourselves from our ancestors, that when we come across new information or new food in our hunter-gathering environment, we don't know what it is, we don't just go ahead and start shoving in our mouth, right? We have to kind of like watch and observe and take some time. So being able to really create that long-term dripping, that consistent. Jesse, can you make sure you're on mute, babe? You keep on popping off. That consistency of sharing is absolutely, that is what is going to, like, I have still people that have been watching me for 3 years reaching out, hey, I'm finally ready, because I've just consistently been sharing my story and they've been watching me transform. So with that, I'd love to open it up to your guys' voices. Start to welcome you. If you're brand new and you would like to jump on and introduce yourself or share anything or ask any questions, or anyone else, feel free to pop on and let's go through the details.
Hey, Sarah.
Hi.
I want to take a moment to welcome my friend Kay Ashley, and she just joined under this special. And I just want to encourage everyone that the patience part, like the patience and persistence, because there's times that I've just wanted to I'm not going to do this. Yes, I'm going to do this. I'm still here. I'm still doing this, as you know, Sarah. And, Kay is someone who is an older friend of mine, but just like this summer had a connect call. I don't know when it was, June, July, right around the solar eclipse. And then, it's just like allowing people to move through their own process, because I've had to do that too. Still am moving through my own process. And I think that's an ongoing, continual thing that we all do. And just allowing whatever pace works for the people you're communicating with. And I've just been holding space for Kay for when the time is right. I think that the financial discount definitely helped. She was just ready to jump in, and she's on the Zoom this morning and just ready to start tuning in with the team. So welcome, Kay. And my other friend, Nicola, wasn't able to get on the Zoom, but she's also just joined. Kay, if you want to say hi, feel free.
Awesome. Thank you, Leora. Oh, sorry. Did somebody jump on? Okay.
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go
ahead. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Leora. Thank you so much. And yeah, I'm really excited to be a part of it. It was a slow process for me to decide to make the jump, but all these things converged, and yeah, Leora got me over the hump. So I'm really grateful for that. And yeah, so thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kay, for joining us. And has anybody else on this Zoom been watching whoever it is that finally enrolled them for a long time until they were ready to say yes? If that was your experience, just pop on and share with us. Anyone was taking a little time, I'm going to check it out for a while. Nobody?
Hey guys. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is Liv. So I came into Purium about 6 months ago, and I had been watching my friend Kristen Voss Steels, and I honestly didn't really know that that it was something I could join when I was following her. And I was just following her amazing breast cancer story and was super inspired. And it had been about 5 or 6 months, and then I finally sent her a message and was like, "What are you doing? I'm so inspired." And it all came together at that point. But yeah, it definitely takes time sometimes for people to get excited and want to join.
Yep. Anybody else?
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi, my name is Rachel Young. I just signed up under Mary Ann Cox.
Welcome.
I've been a fitness instructor for the last 20 years, and I despise get fit quick potions and shakes and pills, and I've seen all of them come and go over the years. And I'm frequently discouraging my students from jumping on the next latest, greatest trend of, fat melting, weight loss, all of those things. But I have known Marianne for years, and I trust that she is, she's not going to put something in her body that isn't good for her, and she's not going to give something to other people that isn't good for them. So she's been kind of inviting me. It's maybe been a year that she's been sending me little, hey, I'm doing this thing. Are you interested in checking it out? And I've always resisted because of what I said before. And I really have no idea yet what, I really don't even know what's in the products other than that it's organic and that it's whole foods kinds of things, and that it will hopefully make me feel better and all of those things. And like I said, I trust Marianne. So when she contacted me with the deal to get in right now for so little money, I jumped on it. I'm going to try it out on myself first before I'm a terrible salesperson. I hate selling things. I even have difficulty marketing myself with my fitness businesses. And, I have a lot of experience in that and know what I'm doing and believe in what I'm doing. So that part will probably not be really easy for me. And maybe I won't even actually do it. Maybe I'll just, I don't know. I'm not even thinking of it as like selling stuff to people, but like my mom had cancer last year, and so I want to get her started with some stuff once I try it on myself. And, all the people that are in my life that I feel like could use the help.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Rachel, for sharing that. And, that's what you just expressed is kind of very common. This idea that like, I want to wait until I've used it. So, and also this idea, like I'm a bad salesperson, and that's something that I hear often, very often. And one of the things that I love that you shared is that you're really seeing how this can help people. And that sometimes if we approach someone with our agenda in front, like if I'm going like, I want to I want to make $1 million. I'm going to sell 1 million widgets to you, and you, so that I can just get rich, right? That's not what we're doing. We are selling. We do have to sell things in order, like Todd Falcone just was saying, well, can I get your product for free? Well, if not, then, then it is sales. But sales does not, just like money, it doesn't have to be bad. Like we can sell things and share things with people that will absolutely transform the quality of their life and the quality of all of our lives. And that's amazing, right? There's just like, if you're going to go buy carrots from your local organic farmer, he's selling you carrots, right? But there's nothing wrong with that. And so I want to like invite everyone. Is that like resonating with anybody? This idea that like, I want to try the products first before I tell anybody about it. If you're feeling that way, just type a 3 in the comments so they can kind of like get a sense of this feeling of like, I want to wait. I want to have my full experience. I want to make sure that I have my story. I want to make sure that it works. I want to make sure it doesn't kill me before I tell anybody. Okay. So this is, one of the things that I want to encourage you guys. And this is, so when I first got started, I'm a rolfer, a body worker, a Ayurvedic practitioner. Like I'd been in the healing arts for well over a decade before I found this. And I was also kind of like feeling like, gosh, I don't, is this going to work? Is it going to be good? I had my questions about it. And what I decided to do, because one of the reasons that I got started was because my mother, who had been watching me do cleanses for 10 years, called me one day and was like, I've been seeing you do these cleanses and I think I need to do a cleanse. I wasn't doing Purium yet at that point. This is before I got started. And she was like, I want to do a cleanse. And she's 75. She she's never juiced. Like I was like scratching my head going, what can I give my mom? What can I steer her to that, number one, she can afford, because she doesn't have extra money to do like a guided juice cleanse or like a panchakarma or, whatever. And she doesn't have the discipline and the experience to be able to take herself through that. Like I was nervous to encourage her to do anything. And then when Purium came in, I was like, gosh, I think this could be something that my mom could actually do that would be actually accessible to her. So what I did when I first got started, I ordered my package and I right away invited a bunch of my clients and a bunch of my some family members, my husband, friends, community. And I just put it out there and I said, you know what, like, I'm really ready to upgrade myself. I've been mommying in this way, like, I need a change, and I'm going to do this thing. I'm putting together a group transformation. I have a couple people doing it with me. My mom's going to do it. I want to give her support. And I thought it would be fun if we just all kind of jumped in and got in and did this together, and we can be accountability partners, and like I'll send out some meditations and stuff. And then, if you're like wanting to eat that piece of chocolate cake, it's staring you down at the wedding, just call me and I'll support you not to eat it. Right. So we can invite people to do something with us. So, well, first of all, Rachel, let me ask you, how does that feel? Does that feel different to you? That energy of like, let's do it together, like inviting some people to kind of like check this thing out with you versus like standing on your soapbox and being like, Purium is the thing. Like, I haven't tried it yet, but you should. You can come off mute if you want. I muted you, so you're gonna have to unmute.
Yeah, I've already kind of been thinking about a couple of my students who kind of always struggle with food addiction. And I have one in particular who went away for 8 months after she got married and met her goal, right? And now she's back, and I'm thinking, if that 10-day transformation thing works for me, then I might talk to her about that. I might try it on my partner. I might, definitely thinking about people that are close to me that I want to support in this way.
Right. Yeah. And there's so many people that are struggling, with so many things that it's also kind of looking at it as like, am I going to want to make them wait, 30 days before I tell them? Am I going to make them wait because I'm like in my own thing, right? I want to make sure it works. Well, I encourage you guys, I invite you guys to really let people know, because you're going to meet people when you start to share. If you go out there, Rachel, and you let people know, I'm going to do this superfoods transformation. My friend said it was awesome. I'm doing a group transformation. If anyone wants to join me, you're going to have people who are going to say, I have been praying for this. I have been looking for this. Like, thank you so much for letting me know that you're doing this. I'm so excited. And it's going to change their life. And so, it's actually one of the kindest things that we can do for people, to let them know what we're doing, not to like pressure them or be like stalking them or like forcing them or making them feel uncomfortable, like if they say no, but at least to go out there and extend people the courtesy and the love to have the opportunity to join us at the earliest possible moment as we're doing it together. And then the other thing is, like I said, it usually takes 7 to 27 to 87 exposures, right? So if you start letting people know now, you do your transformation, even if nobody joins you, you're going to have already planted those seeds in your garden. And they're going to have, if you wait until, you've done it, you've experienced it, and then you start telling people about it, then you've delayed that whole process, because most people aren't going to say yes on the first exposure. So, really kind of like, it takes courage. It's a courageous act to let people know what we're doing. It truly is, it can be very, it's stretching us. It's helping us like move through these barriers that we hold around ourselves that we're like, I can't, like, right? And really, and also, what you shared about your business, I feel I've seen in my own personal journey and many, many other people's, that the training and the support that we give here has helped many people to become better business, to like do business in a different way across the board, and to also have that feeling of like, yes, like what I have is amazing. What I have is worth something, and I'm proud to share it with you, rather than like, I don't know how to market myself. Oh gosh, I don't want to like charge people because, so that whole transformation, I'm really excited that you're here and grateful. Thank you for sharing. And I think this is going to be really fun and powerful. Anybody else have any other questions or experiences right now?
Aloha, this is Danielle Kwame on Big Island, and I'm feeling super inspired. I came back to Big Island, recently, and since have finally met some of the Greater Bliss Ohana team, like Allison and Christina and Erica, and finally, dropped in with Mana at Manifest, go figure. But it was really beautiful just seeing how lit up and activated and inspired these women are. They had booths set up at some of like the community events, and it was just so amazing to see them really like living a lifestyle supported, by Purium, and from the inside out, you could see, how bright they are. And that totally, was magnetizing for me as someone who, has come in and out, as Sarah said, kind of hummingbird energy, just feeling it out and flitting in and finding the nectar and then flying away. And it's really amazing, I could see what they mean, what Sarah and Paula and others mean when they say, the power of events, really getting, in person and seeing the activation, live and in person. And I'm just so grateful to be back, listening to the masterminds and finding a good groove of weaving this in and attracting brand partners and customers. And just one thing that I would love a perspective on is when, interacting on the green light messenger. So like when people are active on Facebook Messenger, messaging them and starting a conversation, one of the things that I'd love to navigate a little better is like how to engage with someone and not feel like I'm pushing them like so quick. So whether it's just like starting a conversation about life and how things are going, but then how to kind of bridge introducing them to what I've been doing without feeling like I'm just interacting with them to get them on. And
Okay, great perspective. Great question. So for those of you guys who are not familiar with what she's talking about, the green light chatting is a technique that we use, or it's a tool that we use. When you're on Facebook, you're going to see that little that window that has all the faces, like all the people that are currently online, who are currently on Facebook, and they have a little green light next to them. And I think on the phone, you can swipe one direction and you'll see all those people on the phone as well. And the amazing thing about, so this is again, this idea of like drip, don't drown. Like when I go on Facebook, I'm constantly starting new conversations with people, and I wait. So I'll just say like, hey, how's it going? I've been thinking of you. Or I'll send a couple emojis, or like if somebody's, friends me, I always thank them for friending me. And I, send them a little message and some emojis. I like emojis. I'm just like that, but you don't have to if you don't like to. But giving positive energy and opening up a conversation. And I'm sure that most of you guys have at some point in your Facebook time or in your life gotten like a message from someone that's like, hey, hey, Jacob, like, I just wanted to share with you this opportunity because I think you're really cool, and I thought you might want to take a look at this and this blah, 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 blah. And it's like this kind of like long message, and that they just sent that out to 10,000 people. Every single person on their Facebook list just got that message, and you're just like, oh God, please stop. Like, ugh, right? Just that feeling, like that feeling of just like, dude, what do you think? Like, what? So we don't do that. What we do is we start, and Todd Falcone, who is a network marketing trainer, he was at our Kauai event, and he said something that was so beautiful. He said, you always want to be making deposits in other people's emotional like bank accounts. You always want to be giving love to people whether and not necessarily having that kind of agenda with them. I mean, you're like opening up the conversation kind of with curiosity rather than with this idea of like, I'm gonna get this person on board my team. You know, it's like you want to kind of have this giving. You're giving them energy, you're giving them love, you're creating a container, you're creating space for them to be able to share what's happening, and you're asking questions. So rather than like waiting for them to say something and then like being like, okay, Purium is like the solution for you, right? You want to be asking questions genuinely and kind of unpacking where they are and what they might be looking for. So it's yeah, don't do that. So, you know, there's like it can move. You don't necessarily, I mean, there's lots of ways that the conversation can go, but if you begin the conversation with this idea that, you know, every single person that you know at some point in their life is going to say yes to Purium, right? Every single person on some level will benefit from what we have, and it's just kind of discovering what is going to be the benefit for that person by genuinely being curious and opening. And like, you know, I have had, I don't know how many chats open with the people that have never bought anything yet. You know, it's not like, I don't have that like expectation of that feeling of like, oh no, if they don't buy something from me, I'm failing my green light chat. You know, it's just, you're entering into conversation with somebody, you're being friends with them, and you're creating trust, and people are going to buy Purium from you because they trust you. Just like Rachel was sharing. Yeah. That like she saw Marianne and she's like, this woman is someone that I really love and trust. And, you know, it wasn't like that she saw Purium on a shelf or she saw like an advertisement for Purium and she's like, that's what I need. It's creating this long-term trust with people. It's creating friendships with people. And that is what is going to really be like the underlying thing that's going to make them say yes. So navigating that, you know, like if you're feeling like, gosh, I'm pushing people too hard, then, you know, let's get on a call. Maybe we can talk, you can talk to your upline and kind of like just explore that a little bit. But if you're always wanting to put their agenda in the front and figure out what it is that they need, then it's going to reduce those feelings of like, right? And then the other thing too about Facebook Messenger, which is awesome, and this is why posting consistently is so important, is that when you Facebook message somebody, you get up in the algorithm. So then they're going to start to see your posts, right? So if you're just like constantly, you know, liking other people's posts, well, not even liking them, but commenting on people's posts, anyone that you want to work with, give them love. Go onto their page, comment on their stuff, interact with them, open the relationship with them. And then when you post something on your page about Purium, they're going to see it without you having to be like, oh, and let me tell you this. And like, did you see this video? And, you know, 3 days later, like, what about this one? And, you know, like you want to like really using Facebook as that long-term conversation that's not having to be directing information at people and like all the time. Using them both simultaneously is really powerful. So thanks, Danielle. That was an awesome question. And we're actually at the top of the hour already. That was fast. I'm going to close out the call. I want to thank you guys all for being here. And for showing up and just for being part of our community. I'm really feeling incredibly, incredibly grateful just to have you all here. It's, you know, every event, every day, like the mission kind of like just gets more, it gets bigger, it gets more powerful for me. And there's this whole energy that's building. And I know that a lot of you guys are feeling that. And, so I just truly, deeply want to appreciate all of you for being here and for being with us right now. And yeah, so definitely if you haven't already met your Up Team Diamond personally, make sure that you request whoever enrolled you that you guys can do that. These calls are Monday through Thursday at the same time. Check out the app. It is posted in Bliss Ohana, and then there's also a couple documents. We're working on streamlining some of the information that we're sharing too, and like kind of like getting things really easy so that when there is a big influx of people, we can just get things set up really fast. So we're doing our behind the scenes stuff, and you guys are out there on the front lines. And yeah, that's the Purium Get Started is the app link right there in the comments. So thank you guys. So much love to you. I look forward to meeting you all in person very, very soon. Check out, mark on your calendars, Earth Day weekend and then the convention weekend. Both of those are incredible opportunities to drop in and be with us in person. So enjoy your day. Let people know what you're doing, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Aloha, you guys. Thank you.